Hi, my name's Alfred Delia. At home they call me Big Al, and I hit dingers.
BDK, you're dead ops.
Yeah,
you know what the time it is. You wanted to be these?
The Big Al.
I cracked the trays right in the face. What you bang? You GD?
Boy.
That's what you better be. Punk in the streets ain't safe. Oh yeah, let me introduce you to the switch.
Alright y'all, I'm back with another video. I want to give y'all a quick little hidden tip video on how to hit the ball better on this game, because I'm not gonna lie, everybody's struggling right now. Now I'm not gonna be the one to sit here and try to teach you the new tempo thing that's going on, because I don't use it. But I want to be the one to tell you, you do not need tempo to be good at this game. I'ma just be honest, you don't need all that extra shit, the precision rings. It might help you, but in the long run, it really does blow down to a few things on this game. Now, I don't got too much to really show you as far as record goes, bro. This record is not that good. I've been playing this game since MLB The Show 21 though. And every MLB The Show since I started playing, I've always made World Series. I probably could go to my, let's see, my lifetime. We can go to my lifetime. I mean, it's not crazy right now. I work a lot more now, so I'm not back in my bag, but we gonna get there. So this year you will see that I will be sitting up at a higher rank, and it's reputable. I want to make sure y'all know that I'm not just bullshitting. Right now I'm batting at 386, only played less than 40 games, just a little less than 40 games, and it's not crazy, but the tips that I do, I've been doing it for a long time, and every other MLB The Show, when I was playing it more, I would end up in those ranges of going 120 or whatever you want to call it. I always had that rank on me. I wish I could show those, but I don't have it. I don't have those clips or any of those stats now. But to get straight into the video, y'all, all you really want to do right now is just to check your settings. The first tip for getting good at MLB The Show hitting, you have to check the gameplay settings. So you need to make sure that your hitting interface is on zone. If you're hitting on directional, if you're hitting on timing, bro, that will not work for you. It's never going to be good for you. If you want to do that, click off, because I can't help you no further than that. Make sure you do have these settings though. Everything is pretty much set to default, bro, but the only thing that will kind of change in every person is their PCI. Now me personally, I only like to have a PCI in the center, and I use diamonds. A lot of people do use different things though. I know people use wedge, some people use basic, or some people use outer PCI, and it all can work for you in the same way. I just feel like this is the easiest one for me to just put that diamond on there and time that ball up, and it's been working for me since I started playing this game. Now it will come times though when I do need to switch out my setting, because if you get too comfortable or you just feel like you're in a hidden slump, bro, then that's just that. You got to switch something up. Something has to switch. But that's pretty much how I sit for my PCI. And for the difficulty, we will be switching this up as well. You need to switch this up because we are going to go into practice mode to practice. So make sure you copy the competitive game style with go hitting difficulty and go pitching. All this other stuff, I never changed it, so it should be the same for you. But if you don't know, just go ahead and change it. Camera view. So the camera view, you want to put it at strike zone. I mean, you can use strike zone or you can use strike zone high. These are the main camera types that people use, especially the top pro players. I'm not going to judge you though if you want to use a different camera. If you want to use strike zone 2 or 3, go for it. Again, that's not my business, but if it doesn't work for you, it just don't work for you. So that's all that is. All right, guys, to get quickly into it though, we just want to go to our sliders, and we want to go all the way down until we see fastball pitch speed. I want to turn this all the way up. People might ask me, why are you turning up the sliders for the pitch speeds if you're going to play on GOAT? It's because if you're playing on GOAT offline, it is never going to feel the same like it is online. This game in general, if you play offline, the speeds and the pitches and shit like that is never the same as it is online. So this kind of helps me prepare myself for online, because you got to, compensate for the latency and the other person's Wi-Fi or their servers and the connection of all that. It will never feel the same. So I like to kind of give myself a challenge when I go into practice mode and make sure everything is overly fast so I can adjust the things that I need to adjust to. Once you end up pressing that, I think it's going to allow you to press confirm. So you would just press X after filling out the pitch speed, and then that's when it will ask you if you want to set up a slider. So I already have my slider set up. Once you have all your sliders and stuff set up and you save it, you go to file management, and then you want to go to load. When you go to load, it will allow you to load those sliders that you picked to where now that's in your game. So all your pitch speeds will be up when you go on to the practice mode. All right, so this is where all the magic happens, bro. If you're not good at this game, bro, this is where you want to be. You want to be in custom practice, because if you're not in here and you're not trying to get better and hit the fucking ball, you will never be good. It don't matter how many videos you watch.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm gonna just give it to you real, because a lot of people, they go into these chats and stuff and they actually hitting tips, but everybody's hitting tip will not work for you if you don't literally go practice the shit and actually try to hit the ball. I'm gonna go in to ship it. That's kind of the stadium I play at when I play online, and it's never failed me. So I just go in to ship it, I start that shit up, and I also want to disclose that I did adjust my rosters as well to fit the type pitchers I'm gonna see online and the type pitchers I'm gonna use to hit, or the type hitters I'm gonna use to hit. So this is where everything happens, bro. You in practice mode now. You got your PCI and your settings all set up, and this is where you actually learn how to recognize pitches and see which pitches are going to come out the hand, so it gives you a better chance at hitting the ball and upping your batting average. All right, so right here we're going to go into pause, and then we're going to go to practice type, bro. So when you go to practice type, you want to pick batting. We will be batting. So again, like I said, my roster is kind of set up to where I'm going to pick hitters that I usually probably will use throughout this year. So we'll probably go with, I'll go with Alvarez right now. So we're going to go and hit with Alvarez, and we're going to put up Ohtani. Now, the reason why I pick Ohtani is just because I've always used Ohtani to practice seeing the ball. And it kind of helped me transfer that over to different players. But every player is different, so it might be different for you. You might pick a different pitcher. You might pick anybody you want that you have trouble seeing, like Randy Johnson or whoever. Actually, I can pick Randy. We're going to pick Randy. Fuck it, let's do it. All right, so as we can see in the top right, Randy has a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a splitter. They come in at 3 different pitch speeds, and that is what's going to help you recognize the ball the best way. So I'm going to up his 4-seam fastball and his splitter. We're going to use these 2 pitches right now, and then we'll probably go over to Ohtani because he has a better pitch mix. But all right, guys, so when you go up there, the way to really recognize the pitch, and I know a lot of people struggle with this. You guys ask this question, but nobody wants to really answer the question for you. I'm going to answer it for you. You want to find the release point of the pitcher. The release point of a pitcher will be different amongst every pitcher that you face. Every pitcher has a different release point. A lot of people get stuck on, how do I find it? How do I find Shohei Ohtani's release point? And then if they throw in motherfucking Hobie Milner, how do I find the different release points if they're so different? That's where it gets hard at. The way I usually find the pitch release point is by looking at some type of object on the pitcher. That's the easiest way for me to pick up everything, but some people have different pitch releases, so it will always be hard for you. But the more you play, the better you'll get at finding where to look at prior to him pitching the ball. So as you can see here, we got Randy Johnson on. What I like to look at on Randy Johnson is his hat. I like to look at any pitcher I'm trying to find a release point on. I like to look at their hat, bro. A lot of people find different methods. Some people like to look at the belt, like his little blue little belt right there. Some people like to look at his glove. Some people like to look at that arm, the arm that he will be throwing the ball out of, and try to follow it all the way back here. For me, I just like to sit around the hat and transfer my eyes onto his real release point. We're going to put the PCI on his hat just so you can know where I'm looking. I'm looking right here. This whole time, right now, I'm still looking at his hat, blah, blah, blah. And then boom, I just flick my eyes over to find his release point. Now, I know his release point is right here now. It's kind of further from where his hat sits on his head, but he has one of those releases and those pitch drives where he kind of throws it a little further with his arm. It's always, the main point of that is you always want to find some type of pre-look when you're trying to find the real release point. That's something you always have to sit on, because everybody has a different release point, but everybody also is wearing the same thing, which is a hat. With that being said though, that's why we upped our sliders to max speed on fastballs, because you want to be able to catch the ball coming out of his hand relatively fast. So as you can see, we're throwing the 4-seam fastball and the splitter right now. So what I like to do, like I said, I'm sitting around his hat, and then I'm going to switch my eyes over to his real release point. And right now the pitch is only on him throwing it right down the middle, so I really don't got to move too much. I'm just trying to track the ball with my eyes. That's one of the most important steps of this whole practice mode. You want to sit on fastball the whole time. If you don't sit on the fastball and you're only sitting on his off speeds, the fastball will choke you up 9 times out of 10 and you will see yourself striking out a lot more. If you can pick that up on the fastest setting on GOAT mode with sliders up, fastball all the way up, when you get into online mode, it will be so much easier for you. Now we're going to sit and just look around his hat, and then he's about to throw the ball. I'm switching over to his fastball, and I'm seeing how that fastball literally comes out straight. It's nothing switched up about it, no turns or curves into it. It's just a straight dart right at you. That's what you always want to sit on, because if you're able to see that, any type of difference in any pitches, that's how you really recognize the pitch. If it's not coming out straight at you, it's most likely going to be a breaking ball. It's all about how it jumps out his hand. I want to go up there and I want to just get loose. I'm not really worried about hitting the ball right now or the timing of the ball or any of that. I'm just worried about looking at his hat, switching my eyes over to seeing the pitch come out, and I'm just focused on getting my PCI to get on top of that ball or under it. You want to get on top of it, in the middle of it. Just get that PCI on the ball the best way you can. That's all you worried about right now. You don't care about swinging at it. You just want to keep seeing that ball out the hand, and that will allow you to recognize pitches way better than you probably were. When you go through that for about 10 times, like when you keep doing that for about 10 minutes, then you can start setting yourself up to actually swing at these pitches. So I know all these balls are going to go down the middle, so it's not going to really be hard for me to swing at these. But I'm telling you guys to just keep the pitch to go down the middle for you when you first start, so you could literally just pick up that recognition of seeing the ball jump out the hand. So now I can start swinging at it. So now I'm going to start looking real good at it after I just practice just looking at the ball and tracking it down with my eyes. Now I can start swinging at the ball and only sitting on the fastball. The thing is, when you try to sit on anything that's not a fastball, like I said, you will get choked up 9 times out of 10 online. So if you're not even trying to sit on any pitch, it just means you're guessing. If you go out there guessing, it's going to show when you actually play. You're going to be down 0-2 in counts, and you're going to keep getting struck out, or you're going to keep slamming the ball, because if you can't see what you're looking at, you're just going to keep swinging underneath it or something, and that's why you keep getting flyouts and pop-ups. You have to be able to track the ball. So I know it's coming down the middle for me, so that's kind of what I'm anticipating, but it will get trickier when you start opening up your horizons and putting different locations for the ball to come out. So I'm gonna put an overlay up for you guys right now, just so you can see the difference between the fastball and the splitter when it comes out the hand. So I'm gonna make sure I put both of those to be the only thing that can get hit, and you'll see 2 pitches next to each other that are different. This fastball and the splitter, how they come out the hand right here. So as you can see from that example, when you seen that fastball come out, it came at you straight. When you actually just flick your eyes over to that release point, you will notice that that ball has no difference in it. It's just coming at you straight, and when he throws it, you don't see any type of jump as soon as he's about to release it. But if he was to throw the splitter, you kind of see the splitter, in a sense, jump out his hand. So when you look right here, and you just set your eyes right where I got my PCI at, you're going to see that ball kind of jump up before it hits you. You will notice at the end, it really just jumps out his hand and goes all the way down. That's what we call a breaking pitch. And that's the difference between a breaking pitch like that and a fastball. Because the fastball has no sort of jump out of the hand. You would just see the fastball go straight like a dart. The same location as that splitter right around here, you'll just see it go straight. There was no jump in it. It was just straight gas, just simply like that. So now we'll do it with somebody like Jake Arrieta. So I'll do it with his curveball and his fastball. And I want to put both of those in the same position again. It's going to go straight down the middle, so we can kind of just get the idea of recognizing the pitch. When you sit around his hat and he's going to throw the ball, you notice how that fastball comes out his hand and it just goes straight at you. There's no type of jump that goes up when it's coming out or anything. It goes straight at you. We go to his curveball. We're going to only put his curveball on. Boom. It comes up higher from his head. And that's the biggest way to recognize the pitch differences. But everyone has a different one. And those are the main ways to recognize those pitches, guys. So if you cannot recognize those pitches out the hand and during different pitchers and finding different motions and breaks in the pitches, then you're just guessing. And at that point, that's kind of why you see your batting average kind of take a struggle when you try to go up there and hit these guys, because everyone throws differently, but you got to be able to recognize these type of breaks in the hand. If we had Shohei come up here with a cutter sinker, it's the same thing. They all come out the hand differently, and you also got to get used to different pitchers and their release forms, but they all come out the hand differently. So Shohei right here, cutter right there, it came out from the same spot he's going to always throw it, but the way he threw it out his hand, it comes at a jump and a curve motion. A jump and a curve motion. You can kind of see that second little curve when it comes out his hands. But if he threw a sinker, it just comes at you straight, but it's kind of in a drop motion. When you get to that point of being able to recognize these pitches coming out the hand, that's when you can start focusing on timing. So what I like to do is I'll keep the CPU to keep pitching that same ball in the middle. But I just want to work on one timing at a time. So like I said, I always preach, always hit fastball. So if we're going to go fastball and we just want to see the fastball or whatever pitch you're struggling with, just keep it in the middle and just practice on finding it out the hand and timing it up, squaring it up, and always sit on that same release timing. That timer right there will allow you to adjust to any other breaks in his pitching. You know, if he threw you a splitter or something like that, if you're sitting on that fastball, you'll be able to see that splitter come out and you'll be able to adjust to it accordingly. So that's kind of what helps me. Another thing you want to work on as well, guys, when you are doing all of these steps, so that was one. You could just sit in the middle right here and just have them throw the same pitch over and getting that timing down. But you also want to build discipline and not just swing at everything you see. So even if he threw you something that was in the middle, you could always just take the first pitch. There's nothing wrong with taking the first pitch, and it builds discipline for you to be able to take one step back and see how you could have hit it if it was a strike. But when you go out there and you just swing at everything like this and you don't even try to think about if that was a ball or not, you will never be able to have that discipline, because that's why you get into bad counts, 0-2. Now you force to swing at everything he throws at you. So that's a big factor in this. You also have to just be able to set the pitches all around the zone and see where it isn't going to be able to be hit. Right there, you got to be able to take it. Some people would go out there and swing at that very fast, but it's not building you discipline. Even if that was a strike, it's better to lay off those type pitches, because it kind of always results in a foul off or a pop fly in this game at this stage right now, being that we're using the cards that are not as good at the moment. Another thing I like to do as well that helps me hit better on this game is practice the sinker cutter combo, and that can actually tie you up a lot. So I like to sit here and just practice him throwing the cutter and the sinker. Maybe I'll have him throw me more sinkers so I can get more reps in on actually hitting the sinker. But I want to just sit over here, you know, just sit on this side and just know what to and what not to swing at. It all comes with time though. It's all practice, and these pitches are sped up to where it's going to be hard to hit on this regardless, but it will allow you to hit better when you actually get in the game, because it won't come at you that fast. It shouldn't come at you that fast. It might feel like that in game is because you're not used to seeing it fast, but if you sit here and just try this for like 15 minutes before you load into a game, you'll see a big difference in how you actually can recognize those pitches and how you can actually swing accordingly. All right, guys, so at this point in the video, I probably will want to just go in now and just practice all the stuff I've been teaching you guys. I'm gonna probably go in and put it everywhere. I'm gonna put Shohei to pitch everywhere inside the zone just so I can get some reps in. And at this point, he can throw me whatever. So just so you guys can see that it does work over time, and you just got to keep getting reps in. So right now, you got me sitting around the hat. I'm waiting for his fastball. Seen that. That's crazy. That was a crazy sinker, but you seen that come out, how it just came out his hand and jumped and dipped off. I'm able to recognize these pitches as well. If you see me out here striking and you're not being able to hit it, that's normal. It's very normal. There we go. That's one of them. I sat on that one. I seen the jump out of his hand. It was quick. You gotta really see it in like a split second, but when it's online, it should be a little easier. And that's just how it goes. There we go. That's one of them. I'm seeing it. All right, what does he throw here? I'm sitting fastball still. I'm sitting fastball. Sheesh. That splitter was heavy. Oh. Caught up to it. Caught up to it. That would have got caught, but oh my god. Yeah, it might need some Adderall for this shit. It sits. There we go. He threw it again. I don't know why, but there we go. All right, guys, I kind of wanted to make this a quick little hidden tip video. Please feel free to leave me any questions in the comments so I can maybe make another one for you. Trying to get better at explaining what I'm trying to say. The key takeaways I do want to make for this video is you go into your settings, you change your sliders, you try to basically sit around an object on the pitcher or anywhere in the field or whatever works for you. Find that release point. Be able to recognize the pitches out the hand. It will give you the highest success. That's the big takeaway. It's going to be very hard at first, but the more you practice and the more you play the game, the easier it gets with time. So if this helps you in any shape or form, please drop a like for me, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I got some good content coming soon. I'm going to be debuting cards. I'm going to try to be pushing to get back to my ranks that I'm usually in, the 950 to 1,000 range. Gonna be playing on go mode again. It's kind of hard the first time. I didn't get a recording of it, but it was fun. And yeah, just stay focused, guys. I appreciate everything. The next video probably will be another tip video on how to pitch. If not, I'll see you next time. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for the support. Peace.